Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Marcello. Marcello is the Spanish and Portuguese form of Marcellus, which is an ancient Roman diminutive of Marcus. Marcus comes from the Latin and is one of the oldest Roman forenames in existence. In fact, back during antiquity and the classical era, Marcus was one of only a dozen or so given names used for boys. For instance, Marcus Antonius, Mark Antony, who lived in the 1st century BC, was a notable name bearer. After Julius Caesar's assassination in 44 BC, Antony joined together with Octavian and Lepidus to form the Second Triumvirate. This political alliance would later collapse when Octavian defeated Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium, 31 BC. Shortly thereafter, Marcus Antonius and Cleopatra committed suicide. In the 2nd century Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius, considered a philosopher king and symbolizing much of what was good about Roman civilization, was the last of the 5 good emperors. The etymological origin of the name is not certain. It likely comes from one of 2 places. The first is Mars, the Roman god of war. The second is from the Latin adjective mas, meaning male, virile, which essentially means the same thing. The main source of Marcos's or Marcello's popularity is owed to the biblical evangelist and author of the 2nd Gospel of the New Testament, as in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Marcos would be considered the more formal form of Mark, while Marcello originated as a pet form. Marcello is currently most popular in South America, particularly in Chile and Brazil. Personality of the boy named Marcello. The number 4 personality is marked by stability and discipline. This is the personality that follows the rules and is conservative by nature. They have an earthbound energy that prefers to build things methodically on top of firm foundations. They don't cut corners. 4s take their time and don't like to be hurried. But the outcome of their endeavors is likely to result in some strong and useful structure, which makes them great engineers and inventors. 4s are anything but frivolous or controversial. This is a trustworthy, straightforward personality that embodies dedication and organization. They are the backbone and anchor in their relationships, careers, and communities. They are tidy, punctual, and full of integrity. Hard work comes naturally to a 4, and they are immensely reliable. This is the personality you can always count on. Popularity of the boy named Marcello. Marcello made his debut on the American male naming charts in 1971, but would fall into and out of circulation for the first 15 years. It really wasn't until 1995 that the name Marcello finally stuck to the charts, albeit at low levels of success. The name's usage is primarily driven by immigrants from South America to the United States, rather than those coming from Mexico. Many people consider Marcello an Italian-sounding name, but the Italians would typically spell it with 2 L's, Marcello, and pronounce it like Marcello. It's hard not to like the name Marcello. Since it originated as a diminutive of Marcus, god of war, we think of Marcello as a little warrior. Quick facts on Marcello. Gender, boy. Origin, Latin. Number of syllables, 3. Ranking popularity, 808. Pronunciation, Marcello, Marcello. Simple meaning, god of war, manly, virile. Characteristics of Marcello. Practical, solid, industrious, dependable, hardworking, conservative, studious. Cultural references to the baby named Marcello. Famous people named Marcelo. Marcelo Caetano, Portuguese politician. Marcelo Ríos, Chilean tennis player. Marcelo Vieira, Brazilian footballer. Marcelo Balboa, American soccer player. Marcelo Filippini, Uruguay tennis player. Marcelo Bielsa, Argentinian football coach. Marcelo Melo, Brazilian tennis player. Marcelo Salas, Chilean footballer. Children of famous people named Marcello. Ollie Landry,